I wasn't really planning on putting a saddle on Freedom for the first time today, so videotaping the process isn't great, but I wanted to still share it because I think it's a great example that shows that new things don't have to be some huge, scary trauma to horses. The horses were out in the pasture, and some of them had gotten in the barn because they like to sneak in there, and I had forgotten to shut the door where all the hay is. And Freedom was a little bit worried, so she was kind of coming around, calling for her friends. So it ended up that I was down at the barn with all the horses. I needed to clean up a trim on Sylvanie, so I did that really quick, and Freedom was just hanging out. And right inside the barn door was my saddle. So I know it's one of the next steps that we need to take, and I thought, hey, she's hanging out, she's looking calm. Let's see how she does with the saddle. So as you can see, I threw the blanket up there. She really didn't care. She was snacking on some alfalfa cubes, just like Sylvanie was as I did her feet. And she just hung out. I still went pretty slow. I put the pad on first, then I set the saddle on there. And it's a really lightweight saddle that she can't really tell. We've done a little bit of prep work with a saddle pad, so she's had that on before, and this is kind of the logical next step. She let me cinch her up, which wasn't real tight because that cinch isn't even going to fit her. And as you can tell, this is her first time being saddled, and she's not too worried about it. She's not running around. She's not bucking. She's not scared of me. She's still just hanging out with me and just hanging out with the crew as everybody sneaks into treats. But as you can see, her and Sylvanie are not keen on going in the barn, even with all that free food right there. So they're just hanging out with me, and Freedom's trying out her saddle and trying to get some treats. Then I took it off, and that was her first saddling. We didn't even plan it. We'd done some prep for it, and she didn't have a bridle on. Gave her some alfalfa cubes, and just kind of let her get used to the idea of having something on her back and something cinched around her stomach, and she seems okay with it. So overall, I'd have to say that the first saddling wasn't traumatic at all.